Hello friends, it is Mrs. P. Happy Monday. It is Monday when I'm filming this, but everything has cleared the bank, so I'm going to go ahead and do my budget closeout and my budget with me for the third week of May, because tomorrow is Tuesday and I had to take the day off of work. Well, I didn't have to take the day off of work, but my daughter's soccer team is traveling east for their first round of playoffs for their soccer team. And I'm not one of those parents that like can't let my child go anywhere without me. But I've had an experience in sports where I did not go to one of my son's baseball games because it was so far away and I didn't want to have to take the day off of work, or at least half a day off of work. So I didn't go, and it was a 3.5 hour away game. And he got hit in the mouth with the baseball. He had braces at the time, so it knocked out 2 of his front teeth, loosened a bunch more. The braces held on to the teeth. They were completely like out of his gum. But it broke the bone between his nose and his like lips. It was bad. It was really bad. And I was so far away. Thankfully I had a good friend who, her son was also playing, who works in the medical field, and she stepped right in and played the role of mom and took care of him until we could get out there. But that was the longest 3.5 hour drive I've ever taken. So yeah, and he was on a liquid diet, a 16-year-old boy, for 6 weeks, I think, a liquid diet. Then he went on a soft foods diet. It was terrible. So I have like this fear of, if I don't go, something will happen. I mean, there are games that I have missed due to various reasons, but there are games that are not so far away. But we have to travel almost 5 hours to get to this game, and so this mama couldn't do that. So I took the day off of work. So long story short, and that was a very long story to tell you, that I'm going to go ahead and do this video so I can get it uploaded for Tuesday. I will not have a video on Wednesday, but then I'll do my cash stuffing on Thursday. But most likely I'm going to be exhausted on Wednesday. Traveling, we're going to be coming back really late at night, and of course I'm going to work on Wednesday because this is a horrible time of year to take a day off from school, but you know, you do what you got to do. All right, so let's get into the check-in. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. It is nothing but rain here in North Carolina. Her soccer game was actually supposed to be today, and it got canceled and postponed until tomorrow, which made a very hectic like scramble this morning, me canceling my sub, just all the things. So anyway, here we are. All right, we've got rollover. It came in at $1523.38. Mr. P's income came in at $1029.09. And other, we did not have any extra money come in, so our total income was $2,552.47. All right, so then we go down to our bills. We had 2 bills this month. 2 bills this week. We had Mr. P Hobby, which was $61, and iRobot, which was $31.03. And so our bills add up to be $92.03. And we have left, my goodness, my brain is not working, $2,460.44. You know what it is? So we're doing like review games and things like that in the classroom, like getting ready for EOGs. I try to make it fun. I try to make it different so the kids are not completely bored out of their minds. But they're very needy students, and they come to me for every little thing. And like my brain is like mush right now. Like I am so tired. I have seen and read so many passages today that I just don't even think I can. In fact, I'm trying to read my book and I can't even like concentrate on my book. All right, so this section, which I haven't even spoken about, was our sinking funds and savings. I took out exactly what I had budgeted. So that was $574. So that leaves us with $1,886.44. All right, moving on to our variable expenses. Here I go again, my brain. Everything was the same except for one. Mr. P and Miss P went Mother's Day shopping for me on Saturday, of course, the day before Mother's Day, that is like tradition for every holiday for me. And I'm okay with that. I don't get my feelings hurt. I don't feel unloved because I know I'm loved. But while they were out, she convinced him to take her to pizza buffet. So I had budgeted $100 for Mother's Day, or eating out for Mother's Day, but we went over because they ate pizza. $124.48. All right, gas, I budgeted $65, and nothing came unbudgeted. And so our total in this section was $469.48. It was so funny because my daughter had some money from Easter, and so she took it with her. And so when she was in town shopping for me, she convinced my husband to let her go into her favorite types of store, thrift stores and antique stores. And he texted me and he says, "I've been duped." It was so funny. He said, I had no idea she wanted to do all this shopping, or he would have never volunteered to take her with him. All right, so total left over, we got $1416.96. All right, then we moved down to this section, debt. We had no debt we had to pay this month, or this week. Oh my goodness, $1416.96 was left over. I took out $100 to put towards debt. So that leaves us $1316, and that's what we will roll over to next week. So $1316.96, and that's a zero-based budget. I apologize for my scatterbrain. You're just gonna have to forgive me in the next couple of weeks during testing and just end of the year stuff, guys. There's a whole lot more to the school year that, like, I don't think most people think about. Like, we have to get all the grades finalized. We have to get kids ready for testing. We have to get the cum folders in order. We've got to get awards set up or decided. Like, we have to pick who gets what, and there's just so much into the final year, and it's literally like one email after another. We need you to do this, we need you to do that, and it's just stressful. All right, we had a lot of expenses this week that go into our variable categories. So let's go ahead and I'll zoom you in to start with that. First, we're starting with groceries, and I got groceries on the 9th, and I got them at Walmart. Did I get them at Walmart? No, I did not get them at Walmart. I got them at Ingles because we got steaks, and steaks, I don't get steaks from Walmart. I always get them from our local grocery store. So I got groceries at Ingles this week, and that was $122. Ingles is more expensive than Walmart when it comes to most things, like your boxed goods, your canned goods, things like that. But they're way better with meat and produce. So I shop there when I can. Pet supplies, I did get that at Walmart because Ingles did not have the things I needed. Purr Pops Purr Pops. Guys, if you've ever given your cat a Purr Pop, you can't go back. Like, she is obsessed, our cat is, with these Purr Pops, and as soon as we open the drawer to give one, she knows it's time for her Purr Pop. All right, household. I did not spend any money yet this month on household stuff. All right, eating out. We had my husband and my daughter ate at the pizza place for $24.48. and we ate Mexican for Mother's Day. And we did not use all of the $100 at the Mexican restaurant. And we had the best time there. Those people that work there, like, you know, it's the family. You know, it's their family that runs the place. So they're always the ones there. And so we get to know them and they get to know us. And we had just the best time. But my son and his girlfriend came in from out of town to spend the time with us. And so after we had eaten and my parents and my siblings were all going back home, my son said, let's just go hang out, you know, at like a brewery or a bar or whatever, you know, not like a seedy bar, but had a live band, that kind of thing. Just to hang out for a little while. And I had a few drinks and they had a few drinks. And so I am not going to put that on there. But whatever money I had left over, I left and paid for the tab there at that bar. So all $100 is gone. We did leave some good tips because when we were at the bar, and I only had a couple, like a beer, I think. And my husband had a Diet Coke and my daughter had a virgin strawberry daiquiri. And so our bill wasn't that much, but the lady that was working there, she was super sweet, and she was a mom, so we wanted to leave her a little extra, so that's what we did. So anyway, that was a long story again. I guess I'm super chatty today. That's what happens when you get tired sometimes. You just get chatty. All right, so those were those two things. Let me mark these out. Groceries, pets, pizza, Mexican. Okay, the next two expenses are gas. So on the 8th, my husband got more gas for the truck. Well, actually, I got this gas because my father-in-law has been using the truck a lot for appointments. He's had like appointments for his hearing aids and things like that. So I wanted to leave the truck up, filled up. I used the truck for like a day and a half when I thought something was wrong with my car, which it is working perfectly fine now. So we shall see. But I did fill the truck up, and then I filled my car up today, which is the 12th. And it was like on a quarter of a tank, so I put $35 in there. And no unbudgeted so far this month, knock on wood. So that concludes our variable expenses for the week. And now let's get into our budget for week 3 of May. Okay, so this is week 3. And hard to believe that I'm already budgeting that, but I already know May goes by really fast just because of all the stuff going on at school. So this is going to be for May 15th through the 21st. And we've got rollover. We've got Mr. P income. And then we've got other. All right, so rollover, I'm going to get rid of the change and so just say $13.16. Mr. P, I'm going to say $1,000. And right now, other, I think all of our other will be on the last week, so I'm going to put 0 there. My husband does have a dance to do, but most likely, most of that money is going to be going towards, like, he needs to save up some money in his, like, his personal, like, side hustle. He doesn't have an account for it, but we'll like make one of our savings account something for that. He'll probably give me some money for that to put towards our bills and debt, but not a whole lot. All right, so anyway, we've got $23.16 going for this, for our income for the 3rd week. We do have several bills that we have to pay. We've got Netflix, which is $20. We have the power, which if you watched my monthly overview, I budgeted $400 thinking that that's about what our bill should be. It shouldn't be over that. And it actually came in under, so it was around $310. Spotify is $13. And Hulu is $22. So our bills are $365, leaving us with $19.51. Then we go down to our sinking funds and savings. So for sinking funds, I will be taking out 205. And then for savings, 376. And that adds up to be 581, leaving us with 1370. All right, now up to our variable expenses. We have groceries, pets, household, Mr. P, Mrs. P, Miss P, eating out, gas, and unbudgeted. All right, so same with groceries. I don't know if I'm zoomed in enough. We are going to do 150, 20 for pets, 15 for household, 30 for Mr. P, 60 for Mrs. P, 15 for Miss P, nothing towards eating out. Gas is going to get 65 and nothing towards unbudgeted. So this section is 355, leaving us with 1015. And we have no debts this week. So 1015 remains. And then rollover, or no, not rollover, snowball. Snowball goes here. So for the debt binder, I'm gonna say $100, so that'll leave $915. If we get extra money from my husband's side hustle, I will put some extra towards debt. So hopefully that works out. I'm not sure. The dance that he's doing is for little kids, so I'm going to put the rollover right here, and that leaves us with that zero base budget. But the dance he's doing is for, like, I think it's like, I don't know if it's like a group, like a club or something like that, but they're young kids. I think he said 5 to 8, because he was having to come up with a whole new kind of playlist to play for that age group, because you would not play something for high schoolers that you would play for 5-year-olds or vice versa. So he's been like struggling a little bit trying to find some songs to play. So anyway, that is our budget. Now I need to do my meal plan for this coming week. And I'll just go ahead and talk to you while I get this put away. But I think that soccer should be over soon. Now, I don't want to jinx ourselves, because I really would love to see these girls, go on to play further in the playoffs than just round 1. But we have to go and play really hard teams out east. We are I say a small school. We're a 1A, if that tells you anything, 1A school. And when we get to play in the playoffs, we play like schools that have a lot more experience in soccer than we do. Our program is fairly new. All right, so what am I doing? We had co-ed soccer for a long time, but the actual female soccer league is new. All right, so our meal plan is going to run from May 15th through the 21st. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and label the dates beside the days of the week. I just like doing that. I don't know why. It just helps me. Like, if there's a date that stands out to me, like this Wednesday, I think my nephew is graduating from pre-K. I'm not sure if they allow, like, whole families to come, like extended families, or if it's just for, like, the parents and grandparents. But if he does have his graduation and we are all able to go, the meal that we have there, we might switch around. But anyway. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with Thursday. So Thursday, I want to keep things kind of simple, and I'm going to just do the French bread pizza. That's always a big hit at our house. In fact, when my daughter has some of her friends over, They love to make the pizzas themselves, so, and a salad. You know, it's getting salad season. You know, when it's warm outside, you kind of want to eat light. All right, so for this, I need to get French bread. And you cannot go wrong with the $1 bread from Walmart out of their bakery. So French bread, we need to get some pasta sauce. I just use regular old spaghetti sauce. And nobody knows the difference. I need to get mozzarella cheese. And I have pepperonis, plenty of pepperonis, and I need to get some salad mix. All right, and then on Friday, we are going to do smash burgers. I hope the rain will hold off so that my husband can grill these and we don't have to cook them inside. But smash burgers, a friend of mine, it's actually a coworker, but he and his wife has been, they found this food truck, a local food truck that sells smash burgers, and he talks about it, like he goes there like 3 times a week. But he talks about these smash burgers, and so he kind of gave me an idea of like things that they put on them to make them like really delicious. And so I'm going to try to make some smash burgers, and we're going to do some homemade French fries. Because those are the best. Homemade potatoes. Homemade fries. Obviously, I can't talk and write at the same time. Homemade fries and baked beans. And we still have a can of look what I did. I smudged it. We still have a can of baked beans that I had bought to go with another meal at some point weeks ago or whatever, and I never used them. So for this, I need to get some ground beef because I'm not sure that we have any. I could probably dig. I will dig before I get my groceries to see if I can find some, but we still have not stocked up at Sam's. All right, so ground beef, I need to get buns because I used all of our buns making poor man's bread tonight. We have potatoes for the fries, and we have the beans, so that's all there. All right, Saturday. Okay, so Saturday, so my Mother's Day present was to go, I want to take her to this, it's a special like little restaurant. I don't even know how to describe it. Kind of in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. It's a little lodge, and my mom has always wanted to go there. Well, we wanted to do it for Mother's Day, but they were closed on Sunday. So I'm going to take her as her gift. Me, her, and my daughter are going to go Saturday. My husband has his gig on Saturday, so this is the perfect day. So Nana girls night, and we'll have a good time. All right, so that's what we're doing there. Sunday, I'm going to kill my husband. Like, he's gonna hate it. He's gonna complain all day long as this is cooking in the crock pot. But soup beans, those are just like pinto beans cooked all day long with some ham hock, and oh, it's so good, and I have been craving it so much. So soup beans with cornbread, and I grew up having stewed potatoes with it, and I don't even know if that's truly a thing or if that's just what my mom called them. But she takes like the Yukon Gold potatoes and slices them, and then just like boils them with like tons of butter, and oh, they are so good. I mean, water and butter, but stewed potatoes, soup beans, and cornbread. So for this meal, I have the beans. I have everything to make the cornbread, but I do need to get some more buttermilk because I have very little buttermilk. And then I need to get some Yukon Gold potatoes. Yukon potatoes. All right. My husband's he's going to be hating this day so bad. All right. Monday, I'm going to do ham and cheese sliders. We have slider buns that I got off like the rack in, was it Walmart? Or maybe it was at Ingles. But anyway, the rack that's like, it's about to expire. We need to get these off the shelf kind of thing. So they were like super cheap. and I just threw them straight into the freezer. So I'm going to do ham and cheese sliders. So I've got the buns, I've got the ham and cheese, and I'm going to make a broccoli salad. I love a good broccoli salad, and I've got all of the fixins like the cranberries, the sunflower seeds, the bacon, like bacon pieces. I've got all of that. All I needed to get is the broccoli and red onion. I don't usually keep red onions. I just buy red onions like for special meals or special recipes. So that is going to be Monday. Tuesday, I had watched Mandy in the Making, and she had made, it was like a video. It was a couple months ago, but it just came up on my like to watch next kind of thing, and she called it Pollo Loco, and it was just like yellow rice, chicken breast cut into little pieces, and queso, and then with a little salsa and some tortilla chips. And so since it's Taco Tuesday, we're going to do Pollo Loco. I'm not sure if I'm saying that. I know I'm not saying that right. All right, so for this, I need to get some Vigo rice, the yellow rice that, it said yellow, has the saffron in it. All right, Vigo rice, queso, which queso is on my meal, like on my grocery list every single week, so I always buy queso. And then chicken breast we have. What else do I need? Oh, I need to get some chips, some tortilla chips. And our Ingles has like homemade, like they taste like the ones you get in the Mexican restaurants. So I will definitely go by there to get that. All right. Then on Wednesday, this meal will be, oh, I want to do some black beans with this. Black beans, and we have those. All right, Wednesday is going to be the shake and bake pork chops, which will make my husband happy. If my nephews, if we go to his pre-K graduation on Wednesday, I will probably skip this one and do the shake and bake pork chops on Tuesday. So shake and bake pork chops. We have the shake and bake seasoning. I want to do cream corn. I haven't had that in so long. My daughter loves it. Cream corn and green beans. All right, so for this meal, I need to get the pork chops and the cream corn. And that's all I need for that one. All right, friends, that is my meal plan for the third week of May. This goes through, so Tuesday, this day, the 20th, that is the date that I have my testing day at school. So if you are the praying people or the send good vibes out, please say something good for a positive prayer or something for my students. Testing is stressful, and I wish we could do away with it. I wish there was another way we could assess our kids, but they have to do it. And so just put those good vibes out there for us. Anyway, friends, that is all I have, and I guess I will see you Thursday in my cash planning video. All right, take care. Bye, friends.